and welcome to the back nine of round one of the Portland Open. We are at Blue Lake today. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are your two Hot Geese.
About halfway through the major tournaments of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We are watching Ella Hansen, Paige Pierce, Valerie Mandujano, and Kona Panis. Ella, Paige, and Valerie all under par out here, which is excellent. It's a difficult track. Kona struggling a little bit. We'll see if she can get it going on the back. Checking in with everybody else here. Juliana Korver shooting 4 down through 10. That's pretty lights out. I was thinking the number would be like 5 or 6 today, so to already be 4 is pretty stellar. Everyone under par in the top 10.
Yeah, this is one of the only days I think this weekend that we will not be playing in rainy conditions, so you want to get your birdies while you can. And the back nine's a great place to do that.
Yeah, this is a good one. Hole 10, it's a par 3, 295. It's a left to right moving shot, so if you have a powerful enough sidearm, that's definitely a great play. There is OB left and right, and the out of bounds wraps within probably 6 feet behind the pin, and there's water there. So it's really sketchy. It's really hard to get a backhand all the way there. Ella throws a forehand, but she's early right, and realistically, she's probably not close enough to have a confident look at saving her par with that out of bounds so close behind. Here's the backhand line from Valerie. This is a Maverick. That's about as good as you can do it. Mm-hmm. But again, look how close that is. That's where I landed, and then I had the softest bid for a putt.
Even though this is 295 feet, where you think a lot of people would be able to throw those sidearms, the angle makes it really tough to get it to carry all the way to the green. The backhand turnover is a little more friendly if you're trying to play it aggressively. Honestly, I thought about it today when I was walking up to the green. I think the play is to just ace run this one.
With a backhand?
Because then you have a tap in.
Then you have a tap in, yeah. You're right on the forehand. You can't throw a flex, which is how a lot of people who throw sidearms get their distance. You do have to throw just a straight up hyzer forehand. Kona throwing the backhand and floating it and fading out a little bit too much. She's going to find out of bounds somewhere in circle 2. Yeah, Ella probably just pitching up here to take her bogey. Yep.
Perfect little pitch up.
I bet a lot of people found out of bounds on this one. It's so hard to discipline yourself to just play for par on this hole.
Because you're like 295, no way I'm laying up for a par.
Chump change, yeah.
Only 16% of the field getting a birdie.
Let's see if Valerie runs this one. This would be pretty baller.
There's 7 competitors out of 44 on the weekend.
One of those ones where your body's like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Nope. At least she stayed in.
Yeah, your brain's like, I'm going to go through my routine. Your body's like, no, we're not.
Kind of a rough hole to start the back.
Moving on to the most difficult hole on the course. You want to throw a tee shot that lands behind that tree in the middle. Being to the right is okay as well because it opens up your second shot where you have to look down this daunting tunnel. A lot of people are not going to be able to get as far as they need to look through this tunnel, so you have to throw over the top, hope you land inbounds, pitch your third shot up to the green, and tap in your par, hopefully. But there is out of bounds everywhere, and getting a 4 is a feat.
Yeah, I don't even know if people are thinking I could 3 this.
No, I don't think it's on anyone's mind. I think this is the most difficult hole statistically, and I think that a 4 feels like a birdie.
Yeah. Valerie disking down to an Explorer. She's in a great spot. That's really all you're trying to do is land somewhere around that little tree like Madison said. And most people are going to throw those spike hyzers. I only saw people throw up the tunnel if they absolutely had to, had a bad tee shot kind of a deal.
Yep. Paige floating a hyzer way out wide. As long as she doesn't push too far straight, that's a great looking shot.
I believe that's a Raptor from her.
Ella mastering the art of the big hyzer.
Yeah, she did push a little too much. And actually, it's not great to be that tight on the right.
Yeah.
It makes the second shot really hard to throw.
Yeah, it forces you to throw down a narrow tunnel instead of being able to throw over the top.
Mm-hmm. Kona in a good spot. Yeah, this one can be tough. If you throw down the tunnel here and don't get across, you just have to keep throwing.
So she's trying to hit a small gap. Oh, she's not even trying to do anything too crazy.
No,
That's
she's
smart
just trying to
here.
get across. That's super smart.
Yep. The OB
Great
is
discipline.
very tight on the right-hand side. That dead stump on the left that you can see is out of bounds.
She like barely made it. Yeah, this one's really tight. I wish they cleared the tunnel a little bit more because it really makes you throw this shot, which there's just kind of a lot of trees in the way. You have to challenge this one tree on the right to land in bounds. Otherwise, you end up where Kona ended up, and she's out of bounds left. Yeah,
I did not know there was out of bounds on the left.
It's so close. If you don't throw it just right and you hyzer out too much, you're OB. And there's so many trees over there, it's hard to save your bogey.
I thought you just wanted to not be over there because of the trees. I did not know there was an out of bounds line as well.
Yeah, it's pretty punishing.
Because even if you're in the safe area, too far left, you have nothing.
Yeah.
There's no way to get up and down.
Mm-hmm. This looks like a little bit better angle, a little wider.
Hopefully she gets way down there.
Yeah. And yeah, if it was any shorter, she would have trouble, but she's far enough where it's just a pitch up or even a putt. All right, so Ella.
Having to throw through this little V tree gap.
There's not that much distance left.
This is a scary turnover sidearm here because that out of bounds comes into play. So close. She barely trickles OB, but she'll be inside the circle with a putt to save her par.
Red, she was waiting. Yeah, they really
I like the waiting dance.
They tightened up that OB a lot from a couple years ago. It used to dip down the hill and leave a bigger landing zone.
Oh, I landed here as well. There is just a whole lot of nothing
Not
to
much.
work with.
I feel like
You're throwing out of bounds and hoping it hyzers around a last clump of trees.
yeah, Kona with at least a more open window, but yeah, throwing at that out of bounds needs to hyzer.
She keeps it really low. She's going to be in circle 2 to save her par.
Man, this one's so hard. On your second shot, if you're really, really risky, you can land safe enough to have an easy pitch up, or you can be really safe and then have a really risky upshot. So hard.
Valerie not putting it out wide enough. I mean, like anyone would do here. It's so scary. She'll be right around circle's edge with the tester putt.
Paige even left with a tough little gap there. She didn't have much. She gets inside the circle, though.
You can see how being out of position off the tee can make this whole spiral out of control quickly, but also with a perfect tee shot, the same thing can happen.
Yeah, right.
There's not really,
It's kind of comes down to the second shot, I think.
Yep.
Honestly, a 5 on this one doesn't feel too bad. Oh, look at that big
Wow.
putt. What a bogey save. I'd feel good about that 5.
How far away was she? I thought she was
45. Let's
She's
see.
in circle 2 for
She's
sure.
definitely in circle 2, yeah. That's got to be at least 45. Yeah, her jump putt's looking clean.
Wow.
Yeah, big
That's
putt.
huge.
And if she misses, she's out of bounds.
Wow.
Clutch.
She's like, might as well just put it in circle 2 on purpose.
Paige, low on the par.
Look at Ella. She landed so safe and just trickled right out of bounds.
It's for bogey.
18% of the field getting a par here. No birdies.
Yeah, not surprising.
And 82% with a bogey or worse. It averaged at 5.82, which is 1.8 strokes over par.
Which is why 5 doesn't feel so bad.
Nope.
Kona with a double there. Paige with a bogey.
This is one of those holes where you're like, don't pay attention to par. Don't pay attention to par.
Absolutely. Hole 12 is also one where you can't really pay too much attention to par. You're throwing out a very narrow tunnel, and then the basket is tucked in a little grove of trees. The only real gap is on the right side. A lot of people aren't going to fully attack because it's really hard to get this birdie. You just want to get out the tunnel and make sure you have an easy chip shot. Backhand flip up, like hyzer flip or forehand flex are pretty common.
All you want to do is get out of this gap as far as you can. If you hyzer it a little earlier than where Valerie landed, that OB comes into play very quickly.
Okay. It was a long time ago.
But I think most people here are just worried about getting through this initial gap.
Yeah.
It's only about, what would you say, 10 feet wide?
It's tiny, yeah. Paige with, I believe, a Surge SS here, doing the flip up. And that's a smash, actually. It actually bubbles out pretty good on that left side. So you can fade pretty hard if you get that kind of distance.
I saw that. I was like, that looks like Zoe.
Oh, cool. We get to see the sidearm. I like this play, but I'm scared to do it.
That early tree on the right is
it gets in my head, yeah.
And Ella keeps it nice and low, not trying to do anything crazy, no cut rollers coming into play. But it is going to make her second shot tough.
Yeah, you do want to get a little farther than that, but, I mean, she's got, what, 280 left or something?
Kona going to Crush Town.
That was beautiful.
She gets way down there.
That was a Kona escape. Believe it was one of those new orbit escapes that just came out. Those things are money.
Ella going to be on the other side of the jail.
Like the only thing you
trees.
Can't do. There's so few routes through there. It feels like you're playing a game of horse with your friends because it's like ridiculous over there.
Like you almost want to just throw a roller.
I'm going to bounce it off that tree.
Yeah.
Valerie airing out her forehand too much and fading off to the right, but she might have an open look. Kona doing the same thing, but getting much closer.
Mm-hmm. She'll still have some trees to deal with, and that's just how this green be.
Yeah. Like, look at what is Paige is looking at nothing.
Yeah.
Although she almost got in a circle too, which is amazing.
Oh, I mean, she might have a little gap.
Oh, look at this.
Oh yeah.
All right.
This plate is the fourth most difficult hole, averaging at 0.6 strokes above par.
Yeah, you're just not gonna see any real birdies other than throw-ins.
There were no birdies. Katrina played on my card, and she did have a look, which was amazing.
Impressive.
Yep. But I think, it looks like 5% of the field got in Circle 2 in regulation, and I think that's 2 people had Circle 2 putts.
Yeah, Rebecca Cox was one of them. Valerie unable to convert on that par putt. That tree was right in her way. She had hyzer around it. It was a good bid. Kona with a nice par there. Hello with a bogey. Paige par, Valerie bogey. Paige the only one remaining under par for the moment.
Hole 13 is 440 feet, very reminiscent of a hole on Fox Run where you're just chunking one out into the middle and then throwing your upshot to hopefully under the green. If you bite off a lot, it makes this approach very easy, but the way the fairway is shaped with the out of bounds on both sides, it makes it very tough to bite off a lot because you can easily push deep.
We have seen Paige eagle this before. I want to say it's the last round of the 2019 Portland Open. I think the main danger, I was going to say, is the out of bounds left. I think that's that Surge SS, so Paige flips it up and challenges the right side OB.
I feel like the main danger is that pushing it too far deep.
You think so? I guess
trying to bite off a lot.
They're both main dangers. That looks good, but like you see, it's
there.
kind of close.
It's there. It does.
But the thing is if you stay clean off the tee, it's just an easy pitch up and the easiest birdie in the world.
Yeah, this one averaged at a little bit under par.
It's really nice after the last two for them to be like, okay, here you guys go. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you can still find trouble.
Valerie checking up before she gets to that deep wall.
Beautiful shot.
50% of the field with birdies on hole 13.
You think Ella's trying to put this one in?
Oh yeah, she's going for it for sure. Ooh, turns over too much.
Oh wow, yeah, she was going for every bit of it. She might not even get that back. Those thorns are awful.
Yeah, everywhere you see those beautiful white flowers,
they're deadly.
Treacherous underneath.
Ella throwing 3 with the out of bounds stroke. She just has a forehand chip up.
I like that she still is trying to go for those eagles, you know? Like,
yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
We're just out here trying to have fun getting the eagles.
I mean, not us.
Yeah. We're talking about Ella.
Yeah. And Paige. Ooh, Valerie with a little floaty run.
Valerie's like, I like eagles too.
No, don't count her out. Paige also out of bounds, throwing 3. She goes for the backhand. It was a little straighter than she wants to, but she's 20 feet.
Kona with an easy forehand approach.
Or maybe thinking about eagle.
Oh,
That
that's a
was
little soft bid.
Mm-hmm. Ella with a par there. Paige for her par save.
Downhill look.
These always feel kind of awkward.
Surprised she doesn't take a knee. I feel like that's her thing.
It is, yeah.
On the downhills.
Surprising that she missed too. That brings her back up to even par. Valerie with an easy birdie, getting to even.
Kona with the same.
Getting
Easy
a couple birdies. She's 6 over, which really isn't, too bad. She just needs to get a couple more birdies.
I'll put her in the middle of the field right now.
Exactly, yeah, totally. Hole 14 is a par 5 at 875 feet. Everyone in the field can definitely get this one. You are throwing out a tunnel. There's OB left and right the entire way. There's also 2 out of bounds circles in the middle that are lined. The left side is definitely the wider side. It's really narrow if you try to play all up along the right.
Yeah, they're little patches, but it's kind of perfect because the patches are not right in your landing zone if you get off the tee.
Totally,
If
yeah.
you crush one here, you don't really even have to worry about them because you can throw over the first one on your second shot and same for the second one.
Yeah, it just makes you think about your placement more than anything. They can cause some trouble, but only if you mess up. Valerie turning one and ending up a little more on the right than Kona did, but that's a good shot.
You can work over there, but there's a lot more low-hanging branches that make it tougher to air one out.
But like you said, she can just throw across the OB circle and get to that left side if she wants. Wow, that is way too turned from Ella. The OB starts pretty wide on the right, but she did find it, unfortunately. And it's going to be tough for Ella to par. She's pretty early right. Paige doing it as well.
It's 450 feet to the edge of that first patch of out of bounds. So I think Ella and Paige were both trying to get it as far as they can.
Oh, totally. It wasn't that windy when I came through, but typically it is a bit of a headwind on this hole, and you can't really feel it on the tee.
It's protected back there.
Mm-hmm. Great forehand from Ella to get across that first out of bounds circle. Oh, they landed within a couple feet of each other, it looked like.
Paige questioning if she made it far enough.
What the hell are we doing over here, Ella? This isn't even
In play.
Love Paige's honesty.
Valerie throwing over her first OB patch, perfectly landing and setting herself up for her second shot to the green.
Yeah, she's playing this beautifully so far.
Third shot, sorry, to the green.
Kona going Lucid X trespass.
I like this play here, playing it out to this left side where Erika talked about the big open patch.
Trusting it. Kind of takes that second circle of OB out of it, and you can kind of throw just right at the pin.
Yeah.
Looks like a raptor.
There are some low-hanging branches around the basket, so you can't really just crash a hyzer in per se. You want to
Like
be
this?
Well, I said
So
that.
you can.
I guess you technically can.
You can. It's an outside the circle look for Paige, though, to save her par. Let's see. Ella gonna crash a hyzer in through this. No, I was kidding.
Oh,
That was a great shot.
that was a great shot.
You definitely do need to swing
over from
it.
the left-hand side, it doesn't look like you can do that. It looks like some low-hanging branches.
Yeah, they're kind of more in the middle than the left. It definitely takes some good angle control, though, throwing uphill
Valerie
to make sure you get in there.
Her third shot, crashing a hyzer in.
Oh!
And hitting the basket.
Wow. Oh, yes. Let's see that again. It hit like square at the top of it.
And how far away is she? 300 feet, 320 feet?
Yeah, at least. Oh, how cool would that have been if it just popped up and then went in?
Oh my gosh, what a great shot! And it's nice
And
that it
parked
laid
for
down.
birdie.
Yeah, laid down right next to it.
That was a Rive. Kona coming in a little too hot. So she's just outside the circle and in a big fir tree. At least it's not spiky. But not great, though.
I'm shocked to say only 9% of the field getting a birdie on this hole.
Yeah, it's
Surprising.
reachable, but again, there's just so much out of bounds.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you really play safe on the left side, it's hard to get it all the way there.
Totally. It does stretch the
Takes a
hole out more than
little bit.
875.
You need to be a little bit aggressive.
Yep.
To get it, just a little. Paige misses her par save.
This is Ella for her par save. Boom. Nice work.
She looks very calm and collected on those tester putts today.
Paige coming back for bogey. And Valerie just outside the bullseye for birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Psh.
Pretty awesome. And to get under par.
Yeah, one of only 4 people getting birdies on this hole today.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And now she's sitting at -1.
I'm glad we got to see that throw in slow motion. That was sick.
I mean, way to keep that mental focus out here. It's so impressive at this course.
Yeah, Valerie's definitely like battled back too from a couple over par. Rebecca Cox leading the pack right now, 4 down through 15. Juliana Corver, 3 down through 15. Again, both on my card. Made me feel like a chump. Owen Scoggins, always up there doing her thing, 3 down.
Making big putts, and everyone else pretty much in the top 10 under par. And around even is great as well. Hole 15 is yet another par 5 at 780 feet. You want to push far and straight. Your second shot, you want to again push far and straight, but with a nice hyzer finish that opens up the second shot to the green. I think this one is very birdieable by the ladies on our feature card today. All it takes is, I think, just not messing up that second shot. I think that is the most pivotal shot on this.
I also think
fairway.
this second shot kind of baits you into throwing like a tighter hyzer.
Mm-hmm.
I think you want to push straight and get to like the right side OB to open up your final approach shot, which
Yeah,
like
I
not
think
a
that's
lot of
very
people,
smart.
I feel like think about. It tricks you.
Yep. It looks like I should throw a hyzer here. It's a perfect hyzer.
Valerie with a good shot. Kona looking to get some big distance here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Kona kind of been doing that all day, putting it a little higher and more hyzery than she wants, not quite getting all the way through on the disc.
Yeah, she's found quite a few out of bounds strokes, and they just stack up out here.
Like we said,
Ella, come on, no.
ooh, she
No.
is so far down there.
She is, but I mean, she was out of bounds for a hot second. I'm not sure
she'll take it further back.
Yeah, her mark, because it was, going to the right and then tried to fade back out. Paige, this looks amazing. Very far. Very controlled. All right, so this is the shot Matt and I were talking about, where you want to push really straight and fade just a little bit. We'll see where that ends up. If you fade too far to the left, it leaves kind of like a tall spike hyzer approach for your third shot.
You're blind to the green.
Kona throwing 3 with the out of bounds.
She's definitely pushing straight. Maybe too far? Does
I don't
that tree
know.
help her out?
I think not.
Dang, but you can see how much better it is if you are straighter, how much easier it is to come into the green.
Oh, Ella did get a mark pretty far up here, and she can... Whoa. I was just going to say throw straight down that tunnel. That's fine.
Yeah.
That just looked crazy for a second, but
She sees different lines
I was gonna say
than a lot of us do.
especially me.
Yeah.
I would never
She
think like
takes-
I'll just crunch this in the air.
Yeah, she takes to the sky, kind of like starting out at an ultimate point. She just throws it high and lets the disc do the work. Paige wanting that to stay straight. She's trying to get all the way to the green.
Oh my god, that's an eagle look
Yeah, that's a
from
crush.
40. What a great line. Ella just looking to pitch up and save a par here. That is early. That was fluffy. Valerie's third. Ooh, and that is
Same
also,
deal. A
yeah.
little fluffed. Inside
Valerie
the circle.
inside the circle, though.
Oh,
Kona, yeah, double OB, throwing a forehand out and around that tree.
Wow.
That was well done. Great touch.
that was such a great shot. That forehand turnover where you trust for it to come back and land flat is so impressive.
Yeah, you can turn that into a roller really quickly if you do it
Real quick.
wrong.
Yep.
Paige for eagle.
She wanted it.
Ella for par. Low right.
This whole average at almost exactly 5. 36% of the field getting a birdie, 36 getting a par, and 27 getting a bogey or worse.
Yeah, pretty good stats there. I like this hole.
Me too. Nice.
Oh, nice conversion there from Valerie.
With a super strong start to her back 9 so far.
Yeah, I mean, she just went 2 for 2 and looking great. I think the back 9, there's plenty of birdies you can get, but it can also, I think, go a lot worse than the front 9 if you're not careful.
I was very thankful we did not have wind today. 'Cause
Totally.
that can make the back 9
No,
very
Paige.
difficult.
She misses her comebacker.
She'll have par.
Yeah, but she had an eagle look, so that hurts. Dang.
I think we'll see an eagle. I think we'll see an eagle on this hole.
I can't believe they did this.
Welcome to Fortnite. I'm not gonna lie, I'm digging this game right now.
The parkour is just so fun. But when you jump,
Oh, we got mad hops.
when you bust through a door, just feels great.
So the slammer, it doesn't fly as far as the harp, but that's exactly what I designed it for. It was designed for me to be able to throw hard with the real severe angles, a lot of flex shots, and it's a unique spot in the bag. So that's why I think it's becoming so popular.
Just a quick reminder that our tournament coverage is sponsored by Fortnite. Go ahead and click the link in the pinned comment to check out Fortnite Zero Build. Bringing us to hole 16. It's a very straightforward par 4. You really don't need to bite too much off the tee. You just want to land in this kind of circular landing zone and then throw a second shot. It's really a 2-shot hole. You can attack for eagle, I guess, but like a lot of us are not thinking that way. Valerie showing us kind of the aggressive layup, getting to the far side of the landing zone.
Yeah, I really like this hole because it is easy to push a little bit too deep on the drive. You really do have to throw a controlled shot. And then the second shot's almost a little bit blind to the green. You can see the basket if you're center cut, but if you're a little too left, it makes the second shot difficult. And I really like that challenge.
Oh yeah, also, so the OB, you can see how it, oh no, Paige is out of bounds. So the OB is like a circle here and then tightens back down. And then as you get to the pin, it's all out of bounds on the left, but the right is all forest and is inbounds, but tricky with all the trees.
There is also an out of bounds line around 45 past the basket.
That's true.
That can come into play if you go crazy on your second shot.
I think that's everything. Ella just throwing a spike hyzer, taking to the skies, landing in the middle. Kona, a lower line, and landing a little on that left side in a good spot.
Ella looks like she's just throwing a putter to the green here, giving it some height, letting it just land softly. Ooh, but pushing that OB on the left side.
It's tight over there. It's really, they really made it so you have to throw a straight shot and not just like a dummy hyzer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Ella's link, and she's got a birdie look.
Might be a little higher than Kona wants.
Same story.
Wow, checks up.
Just a couple feet from OB with a birdie look for Kona. Yeah, all that used to be in bounds a couple years ago.
Yep. Valerie in a similar position with a similar looking shot, just a wee bit closer. Same thing.
Yeah. Yep, she's going Warden. It's challenging it. And she's barely fine too. What is happening?
These putters checked up very nicely. Paige throwing 3 from her drive.
That looks nice and straight.
Great approach.
Yeah, really solid shot there.
I'm surprised this hole averaged a little bit over par. Average at 4.18.
That surprises me too, but again, they did tighten up the OB and, you know, made it so you really have to earn this 2-shot birdie.
Yeah, and I could see a lot of people going out of bounds on the second shot as well.
Paige for
Obviously.
a par.
Kona from about 30.
Valerie for birdie. 25. Cash. Oh my gosh. 3 for 3 here.
Yes. One of only 7 on the day. But probably one of the few people to get 3 birdies in a row at Blue Lake.
Oh yeah.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, she's having a really clean back 9 here. Yeah, she bogeyed a couple in the beginning, but did she actually get 13 too? She's I just
4 in a row?
Yeah, it's 4 in a row.
Wow.
Math.
That's so good.
That's so math.
Hole 17 is one of the most wooded holes on the course at 530 feet. You throw something up the middle, it's a tight gap. You want it to finish more on the left-hand side if possible, but not too left because over there's not a lot to get out, but on the right-hand side is where all the trees are. Your second shot, you can get to the green, but you have to have the perfect landing zone off the tee.
I feel like these zoom-in shots are like really stressful computer screensavers.
Try to keep up, try to keep up, try to keep up.
That was Valerie's Tour Series Vandal, and you can see that even a good drive can end up kind of in a rough spot. It's really hard to find a good landing zone with a clear look for your second shot.
Ella, early releases, and that is
jail.
Gonna be rough.
It looks like she fought through.
She might have a little place to pitch out.
Yeah, I mean, but pitch out is kind of the best she can hope for. And if she parks it from there, I'm leaving.
Getting up and walking out of this commentary booth. One Hot Goose remains. Kona opting to go up the right side. I like this play, although that right side does have a lot of trees to contend with, but she's very confident with her scramble game. Her forehand's looking great, and I really do like that play.
I do too. But you really have to throw something stable enough that's going to get back into that left side fairway for like an ideal shot. It's difficult.
I feel like Paige is lining up the center gap, wanting to flex something, maybe with a slower disc. This is great. Ooh.
No, I mean, it's still good.
Still fine.
But it was looking really nice.
That branch did some redirecting.
She's still all right.
Kona opting for that sidearm.
She's going orbit felon. Just trying to get out there and play for par, it looks like. I'm not sure if she's trying to flex that more. It's a very stable disc, so. Paige, I think this is a buzz.
Take it!
sneaks under all those low-hanging branches and gets up there in the bullseye for a birdie. That's great. I'm glad she was able to convert because her tee shot was great.
Ella not having much to work with, forcing a reverse patent pending. The basket is way around to the left from where she is. It was a very sharp angle.
The good news is I'm going to stay for the rest of the round. This is looking great from Valerie.
Wow. Buzzing the basket inside the circle for her birdie.
To go five birdies in a row.
row.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I double checked because she's shredding at this point.
Yeah, that's a really unbelievable stat. Nice little pitch up from Ella. Kona with the trusty sidearm approach.
Looking smooth.
This basket is perched on a hill, but no out of bounds you really have to worry about here.
Ugh. Ella, high right side, splashes out. Valerie for her 5th birdie in a row. Count it.
Wow.
4 down now.
Dude, 5 in a row?
And I believe we know that Rebecca Cox finished 4 down, so that's tied for the lead with 1 hole to play. Yeah.
And
pretty
18's
cool.
birdieable too.
Yeah, it's
Are we
true.
gonna-
It's not gonna have ourselves. Paige
not gonna
and
hit.
Kona with pars, Ella with a bogey.
Dude, I love to see a good birdie train.
Hole 18, par 4, 600 feet. You are throwing out of the gap and wanting to kind of throw to this corner, so you do want to fade out left at the end of your shot, but not throw short OB or too far straight. Then you're throwing down a low tunnel ceiling. Probably, if you get to the corner really well, you probably have like 275 feet left, something like that.
Yep, low ceiling.
Some of these big distance people might be able to get it a little closer to make the second shot easier.
Love that shot.
Yeah, that's good. That's probably leaving like 325 feet though left to get to the pin.
And it's a tough shot too. She
Yeah.
might have to throw an Anheuser, like a flex shot to get to the green.
Sure, Paige is trying to go big here.
She's probably comfortable here getting around this corner. Pushing straight is not bad here, although there are 2 fir trees that you have to worry about.
Those ones.
Yep, she lands just short of them.
Great distance though. I mean, that's often where you see a lot of the MPO land. That's phenomenal. This is that Lucid X trespass from Kona.
On a little bit of a
Looking good.
lower line. Love this placement.
It's just hard to get a lot of ground play out here. The grass is kind of long.
Long and wet.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
damp, sticky. Ella takes to the sky.
Cloudbreaker. Duh.
Love that. That was like poetry.
Oh, that's so good. And she has the ideal gap too, whereas Paige has that fir tree in the way. Ella's gonna have it wide open. So Valerie's kind of blind. No, wait, she can't see it. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's a very straight shot from here, as you can see.
Not as low ceiling from over here. She's
It's
got
true. Oh, she's doing it.
Okay.
Tree direct.
Is she in circle 1?
She's close. I can't tell.
There's a lot more
That was,
space over there on the left side.
that was a great shot, though.
Yeah, she had room to air one out.
Yeah, Kona burns us a little early. Probably 100 feet away, maybe a little less. So she's looking at maybe a long birdie throw in.
This approach is so cool. I love these big trees.
Ella with a patent pending.
Also burns it just before circle 2.
Let's see what Paige has. Oh, she's in between them. So she maybe has that low hyzer play on the right. Yeah,
Perfect.
beautiful. Well
Looks like
played hole from
she's
Paige.
inside the circle for her bird.
Kona going to the forehand for her last shot here. Kona, realistically, it's just a few out of bounds strokes and a few missed putts, and it would have been a decent round. As you said, though, 8 over is still somewhere in the middle-ish of the pack. We got 3 more days. Only 1 more chance at this course tomorrow.
Ella giving it a bid.
Valerie for his circle 2 birdie look to go 6 in a row.
I was hoping.
Oh, man,
Look at
crazy.
Kona shaking her head like unbelievable.
5 down.
Amazing.
What a huge last putt to make. Oh,
Yes.
good. One more time. It was like left
Okay, but-
side and barely squeaked in.
But how many circle 2 putts has she made
Oh,
today?
that's a great question. I mean, I can think of
I'm looking it
4,
up.
I think. Look at this.
No chains, barely. Yes.
What a stellar back 9 from Valerie.
She was first place in the field for circle 2 percentage. 43% of her circle 2 putts made. Wow.
Wow. And that gives her the solo lead. Man, Paige just kind of bleeding strokes on the back, missing a few putts.
Kona finishing out solid with the par.
+1 is gonna, if Paige makes this next putt, is gonna leave her in a big tie for 10th place. So, like, it's still fine. You know, she's still in contention. Ella +2, not too far behind Paige. But yeah, story of the back 9's definitely Valerie.
6 down on the last 6. That is
Crazy.
so cool.
Look at it.
Yes. I mean, and after 2 bogeys too, she just
Right.
does not go on tilt.
Just
the opposite
lit
of
it
tilt.
on fire.
Look at everyone else, kind of struggling. Lots of red, more than we like to see. That back 9 is so challenging.
It can be pretty brutal.
Yeah, and the front 9 is where you want to get your birdies if you can. Let's see how the rest of the field hung on the back 9.
Yeah, Rebecca Cox and Juliana Corver, both on my card, both shredding. 3 and 4 down. Owen Scoggins rounding out our lead card tomorrow at 3 down.
I'm still hanging out around even par or under to be in the top 10. About what I expected, but 5 down is lights out. That's more than I
That's
was
so good.
expecting at Blue. Big shout out to our VIP members. Thank you guys so much. You make our worlds go round. It's $10 a month, and all of these fine people have pledged that to us. We appreciate you so much. Honk, 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 honk.
Thanks for joining us.
I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Tune in tomorrow for round 2 at Blue Lake. Hopefully not in the rain.